Okay, first thing we're going to do is, I can't remember if we finished up number 23 or not, but if y'all would get that out and see if we checked those last answers. Assignment 23 was called Velocity and Other Rates of Change Homework. That's what we did on Friday. On Friday I gave you time to do page 1. We went over page 1, then the same thing with page 2, page 3, and page 4. But again, I don't remember if we had time to go over the last page. So I'd like to do that if we didn't. Question 8, that all those parts, do y'all remember if we checked those together or not? We did?
Yeah.
We did all the way down to the bottom too?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you guys are just a little bit ahead of my other class, so that will make today a little bit easier. All right, so that is one of the things I'm going to ask you to turn in today. You can see number 5 on the agenda is to turn in 23 and 24. 24 is what we started on last class. You don't have that one finished yet, but I'm going to ask you to go back and finish it in a few minutes. But I would like us to look at and start thinking about the next part of our BC work, which was today's handout, number 25. So we're going to talk about it, start a few questions together. I'll ask you to do just a couple on your own, and then you can come back to that at the end of class if you have time. Okay, so last class we started talking about parametric equations, which is when you have an x and a y and a third variable, usually t for time. And there was a formula in there that we need to know, and we'll need it for today as well. But the focus of the second part of this parametric equation work is how to go about finding the second derivative of a parametric equation. And unfortunately, it's not super intuitive or anything, but you need to take dy dx, which is what we practiced finding last class, take the derivative of it again with respect to time, and then divide it all by the derivative of x in terms of time. So, I don't know. I need to look up why that works so that I know, but you guys don't have to derive it or anything. But this is the formula we're going to stick with for second derivatives. Okay, so again, the first part here, dy dx, this is what we did last class, and you're going to go back and finish that other worksheet here in 15-20 minutes or so. So to find dy dx, we took dy dt and divided by dx dt, and if you can simplify it, you probably want to. So remember, dividing is the same as multiplying by reciprocal. You're going to do that quite a bit today. We end up with 4 times t to the 3/2. But that's just dy over dx. If you want the second derivative, you've got to also take the derivative of this again. Take the derivative of dy dx with respect to t. So we'll bring the power down. That would be 12 over 2, or 6 t to the 1/2. So power rule, bring the power down, lower the power by 1. And we need to divide by x prime of t, which, if you're paying attention, you should have that from dy dx, unless they give that to you. You don't have to do that 2 times. And then the simplify, dividing by this is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. Okay, I got a mistake somewhere in here, don't I?
Yeah.
What? Where was it?
The derivative of y is just t, not 2t.
Because you have to distribute the 1/2.
I'm sorry, I don't know where you're looking.
dy.
Yeah, right.
Oh, right here. The derivative of this would have just been t. Thank you. T, so this is 2. So this is actually 4. Why is that 4? This would be 2. This is 2. Okay, there's still something off here.
It should be 4. Because it's
This should be 4?
yeah.
Okay, let me backtrack because I don't see. Bring the power down, lower the power by 1. Everybody agrees with this being t.
Yeah.
Okay, derivative of this, 1 over 2 square root of t. Everybody agrees with that?
Yeah.
Okay, this divided by this is the same thing as this times the reciprocal. So we all agree with that.
Yeah.
2t to the 3/2.
Yeah. Oh, that's t to the 1/2.
Okay. Does that look better?
I thought it's the derivative of dy dx. Derivative of 2t to 3. So it should
Okay.
be
Yeah, I just updated it. I didn't do the derivative. So bring the power down and then lower the power by 1. Okay, that looks better. Divide it by x prime, which is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. So in the end, we end up with what? 6t. Very good. So it's not that it's hard, but you can see there's a lot of places you can make really small mistakes if you're not being careful. So we're going to do dy dx the same as last class. Take the derivative again, and then divide it by x prime. Okay. Question 2. So I did question 2 in a very roundabout way in first period, and then I looked at it and realized I should have done something way more efficient than this. But same thing, they're asking me to find the second derivative. So first find dy dx. So dy dx comes from dy dt divided by dx dt. And it's okay if you still feel a little rusty with this, because again, that was new to you last class, and that's where you're going to spend most of class today practicing that on the previous worksheet. Now, the next thing I need is the derivative of that with respect to t. And how do I go about taking the derivative of this?
It's tangent or whatever. Square of the tangent.
It's like minus 4/3.
It's negative 4/3
Cotangent.
Okay, so that's the smart way to do it. How do you normally take the derivative of something divided by something?
Oh, you gotta do the quotient rule.
Quotient rule. So first period, I did the quotient rule, and that's what I have written on my page, and it works. It's fine. But again, this is where at the end of the question I realized, wait, this is just a number, negative 4/3, and then cosine over sine, it's a whole lot easier if you realize that is cotangent, because what is the derivative of cotangent?
Negative cotangent.
It's cosecant. No, secant.
Wait, tangent.
It's cosecant squared.
I still don't think I've heard the full correct thing yet.
Oh, negative cosecant squared?
Very good. Negative, so that comes positive, cosecant squared, so that would be cosecant squared of t. And then if you want second derivative, haven't you guys relearned that for your first 2 quizzes in here? Okay, I guess that one's going on the 3rd quiz. Okay, divided by x prime. What is x prime?
Negative 3 sine t.
Right. You can redo that if you want to, but you really already thought of it to find dy dx. It's right there. So in the end, our answer to this question would be we've got a negative 4/9 or no, I'm sorry, when we divide this,
Yeah.
do y'all see that these two would cancel?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to write it out because I want to be sure. I've got this divided by this, which is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. Sorry? Times, oops. Wait, that -3 should be not there.
You're not
I
dividing.
think like
you're not
you put the
dividing
4/3 as like 4/3 times -3 signs it. Like the
I think
fraction,
you're right.
the fraction's like all on top.
Yeah, it would be negative 4/9.
It's negative 4/9.
You're not having
What's
the.
It is -4/9?
You don't have to do the inverse because it's a fraction.
Okay. I mean, that looks right, but I thought I double checked my work here, so I guess I should double check it again. I always try to double check my work, but
Because, yeah, why is it cosecant to the third?
well, this is cosecant squared.
Yeah.
Dividing by sign is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. What's the reciprocal of sign?
Cosecant.
So cosecant squared
Okay.
times cosecant gives you cosecant cubed.
Perfect.
I was good with that. I'm not. The fraction, I guess that makes sense. -4/3 divided by 3 would be -4/9.
Yeah, just be like multiplying with that little third.
Okay, I got to look back at that though. I want to double check if that's okay. Okay, and then one more I will do for you to kind of push you in the right way, and then we'll just do one or two quick checks, and then you guys can come back to this if you have time. Okay, so at t equals 1, find the concavity of the graph defined parametrically by x equals this and x equals that. So how do we, from AB, how did we figure out stuff about concavity?
You got a double
Second
derivative.
derivative.
Okay. Second derivative, which is what this worksheet is about. So just like we did on the first two questions, except this one's more of application, dy dx is going to come from dy dt divided by dx dt and I guess you could split apart that fraction if you want to, if you think it's easier. I'm not telling you to or not to, it's just preference. But for second derivative, I know I need to take the derivative of that. So I just did this all as quotient rule. Again, I tend to try to avoid quotient rule, but this one's not too bad because all of these are pretty easy derivatives. So derivative of the numerator times the denominator left alone minus the derivative of the denominator times the numerator left alone, and then the part that you guys sometimes forget is over the denominator squared. So I've got 36t to the fourth, I've got minus 24t to the fourth, and then these are both t to the fourth, so we can combine like terms there. Okay, is that the second derivative?
You have to divide that by x.
Very good. It's not as simple as taking the derivative of the derivative. It's because of the three variables that it gets. We still have to come back and divide by x prime of t, which again, you'll always have that right here. So you don't have to redo it. You just have to know where it is. And then when I did that, dividing by this is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. And so I ended up with a 12t to the fourth minus 6t over 27t to the 6th. And I guess since they all have a t, we could divide a t out if you wanted to. Okay, so is this my answer then?
No.
No, if you plug in t equals 1.
Now wait, do I care? Am I trying to explain concavity for this entire function?
No, just put one.
Good. Just at t equals 1. So honestly, the second that you have the second derivative down, you don't need to simplify it. You don't need to take time out to simplify it. Just plug 1 into the stuff, and we would get 12 minus 6 over 27 times 1, which is 27. And 6 over 27 reduces to
2 over
2 over 9. Okay, 2 over 9 is not the answer either.
Just can't give up.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Okay, so finally, we can say second derivative is positive, because 2/9 is positive. So we know it is concave up. It's not concave up, it's concave up at t equals 1. But yeah, if you wanted to know everywhere it was concave up and or everywhere where it was concave down, we would have to figure out where this equals 0 and then test for concavity around those possible inflection points. But this is how it kind of pulls this together. Second derivative still means concavity, so it's one application of second derivative. Okay, I would like you to flip over and let's just give question 1 a good shot, and then I'll have you do 2 and 3 that I'll share my answer with, and then once you get those down, you can go back.
Negative 2 equals 0. This is
Again, I am going to go over question 1, but I also put my answer up there, so if you get the right answer to number 1, you can move on to number 2 at your own pace. You already got that answer? What'd you get for number 2? I let my advisory students use my lotion bottle, and now there's no lotion in it. Okay, if you were stuck or did not get that as an answer with that amount of time, we need to see what you might have done differently. So first is the first derivative, which comes from dy dt. Make sure you did the chain rule, times 2 there. Divided by dx dt, which also needs chain rule. And personally, I would simplify before I kept going here. 2 divided by 2 cancels. This is negative. What about this? Okay, how do you know this is e to the 4t?
It's 2t minus negative 2t.
Good. So when you divide things with the same base, the base being e here, you subtract the exponents. 2t minus a negative 2t is like 2t plus 2t, which is like 4t. Now, you don't have to change that. It's just that that's a lot easier to work with when I'm going to have to take the derivative again. Because if you don't, you're going to have to do quotient rule, which should be equivalent, but it's going to be a lot harder to simplify. Okay, so for second derivative, I need to take the derivative of this. So the derivative of e to something is e to something, but make sure you remember to think about chain rule, times 4. And then for the second derivative, we need to come back and divide that by x prime again. So the negative 4 over negative 2 gives us the positive 2. E to the 4t divided by e to the negative 2t. There's a second time. Dividing things with the same base, subtract the exponents. 4t minus negative 2t is like e to the 6t. So that's how that comes out to that. Okay, anything y'all want to ask about that one worked out? Okay, I am going to ask that you do just 2 more of these for us right now. So number 2, make sure you can come up with that answer. And number 3, make sure you can come up with this answer. If you want to jot those 2 down on the side of your paper. Once you're okay with those 2, I'm fine with you putting this assignment to the side. You can come back and do more of it if you have time today. But this is more or less, honestly, I kind of like to split these up a little bit because it shows you the formula, it shows you how to approach it, it makes you think about it. But then if we don't completely finish it today, that means next time you have to think about it again, and you tend to remember it a little bit longer that way. So make sure you're good with those 2. Everybody has those 2 answers written down to know that you're doing them right? Okay, once you're okay with those, and now if you need help, obviously you need to ask. But once you're okay with those 2, I'd like you to go back and actually finish the assignment from last class, 24. Then turn in 23 and 24. And when you turn in 23 and 24, I will trade you for your second quiz that you took. Those have all been made up now, so you can see yours and have yours back. And since you guys are a little bit further than first period, you can probably get a little bit more done on 25, which I guess is optional, but it'll mean you have less to do next class. So if you have time, then please do that. Okay, just let me know if I need to help you with question 2 or 3 on assignment 25. Thanks.
Can I see my quiz?
You did all this already? Did you get this all done last class?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not complaining, I'm just curious. What did you get on it? 13?
19.
A B? Did you ask Mr. Reed? What did he say?
I will work out on the next
Huh?
test. I will work hard on the next test.
It sounds like you did good on that test.
Good on
you
what?
got- on your B. Mr. Reef.
B is not good.
B is relative. I think if it was that hard of a test, you should be happy. You can keep that. That's yours to keep.
Oh no.
Yeah, last. I mean, yeah, of course. Yeah. So you do the top and the derivative.
Do we all agree on? No, because mine was I divided. Oh yeah. Oh, it is part of. Because there's here multiplied now.
I think it's like the part.
Yeah, yeah.
Or verticals on the back. So the top.
Okay, so you get e to the negative t
No,
minus t
verticals.
times e to the negative t.
Like,
Minus t squared. Oh,
or no. Yeah. No, verticals on the bottom.
Oh, t squared.
On the front.
Yeah. Minus t squared times e to the negative t. Okay.
Yeah, you didn't see it? No. There was a fire truck that came opposite St. Love.
Alright, what'd you get?
There was like 2 fire
Wait, what did you put the top?
This one is easier.
Was it? Does that make sense? It's not like I have an extra.
Okay.
Oh no, there's a law or something.
Yeah.
You just have something.
Hold on.
Oh, the Jordan like these.
Is it not plus 2 t
Only when you have
and 2 t
to-
plus you do
Strategy. That's right.
Oh, that's
No, I think all that's
Mr. Townsend, what was the answer on 3 again? Thank you.
you get it? Oh, no, no.
Is it this? No. Wait. Whatever, let's just keep going. I don't think mine is sound.
Literally the last one. Thank you.
What did you do? 37.
It is square?
Yes, 3 and so this square should be 8 square.
And that's where it belongs. 8 square, 9 squares, so we should have 8. I don't know. Okay, 8 goes to the 3.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
One over.
I assumed that one was yours. I don't remember why. I would double check right here to make sure I put great with your name, but I'm sure I did. Or I meant to.
the old one.
In the basket, and then
My brother has one of those too. Stream
Yeah.
Deck.
is he a streamer?
Kinda, not really. He makes videos.
Is he a math teacher?
No.
No. What's he need one for then?
He makes videos about all kinds of stuff. Mainly about it, card games and Magic together. Have you heard about it?
Yes, I know of Magic.
Do you play it?
No, I used to know how to though.
I
play. I tried to teach myself when I was in like 7th grade. It was
It's
very hard. Yeah.
It's very hard.
I had to read the little booklet
Oh.
over and over and over until I thought I understood.
Yeah, he's actually pretty he's going to DC on Thursday for a tournament because he won the local one. Yeah.
I know some of those cards, the Black Lotus, can be
Oh.
worth a ton of money.
Yeah.
And
It's worth a lot of money, some cards.
I have
It's
some
like-
old cards, and I looked them up though, and most of them are like 10, 15 cents.
Yeah,
They're pretty old, but
there are a
they're still
bunch
not
of
worth
cards,
anything.
yeah.
So
You gotta get the right cards to be worth respect.
I know, but they're old.
Yeah. But there's a lot of those get like reprints and updates or
Well, I know, but the cards that I have are the cards that I bought when I was a kid, so I know they're not reprints. It's just I wouldn't find any that were actually worth anything.
that's too bad.
I need to go back and check the rest of them. I kind of remember trying to put together a deck where like you could win with like 4 cards or something, but you had to like draw them all at once, so it's pretty unlikely, but still.
I don't play any decks like that. I play a werewolf deck.
A werewolf deck.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Oh.
Well, I never really got into it because I only played my neighbor, and he didn't know how to play, so I was teaching him while I beat him. So it wasn't really fair.
I have a lot of friends who play, so I play a lot.
Doesn't it take a while to play?
It depends on the format. These days, you can, if both of the decks are really good, and you play a fast game, it's like 15 minutes. But if you're playing like Commander and you're both only alright at playing the game, you know, that takes maybe 30 minutes.
Wait. Don't leave.
You already gave me my quiz.
Oh, never mind. Leave.
But it's not that long.
I take that back. I did play, there used to be a really old PC game, like the first Magic PC game.
Oh, yeah.
You could play people, or maybe you could only play the computer, but you could build a deck and stuff in it, and you didn't actually have to like own the cards or something.
I think the first time I ever played Magic the Gathering was the 2014 Xbox version of that. I played it with my dad.
See, okay, I always had this idea for a card game like that I think would be great, is you can, alright, they sell packs or whatever, like digital packs, you know, so you can earn cards the normal way, but digital version. And you can buy more packs if you want to. But if you have like real life cards, like I think you should be able to like send them to them, like if you pay the postage and like a $1 fee or something. They take your cards, give your account access to those cards, and then shred them. So, like you're trading them in. Like, I actually have these cards, I want to use these cards in the game.
Yeah.
So, they couldn't send them back because then people would just, your friends would just let you borrow theirs. So you get other cards. I just think that would be like, people are sending us their cards and we're just, they're paying us to give them digital access. I just think everybody would be happier.
Yeah, maybe. I like the physical cards. Part of it's
Yeah, that's fine too. I just mean for like the video game part.
Oh yeah.
That way you could
Yeah,
get.
I do wish I could like have access to some of the ones that I like bought.
But then at the same time, if they just make all the cards available or pay to play, then
Yeah.
or pay to win, then
There's definitely some cards that I own that I wish I had on the app. But you know, they don't have any way for me to like scan them in.
right, yeah. See, there's got to be. I just think they would make more money that way because some people would just send them tons of cards. That,
Oh yeah. And then they could even, if they wanted to at that point, they could resell their own cards.
Yeah, repackage them and sell packs of send-in ones. I mean, I guess you would never send in anything expensive.
Yeah, you would never send in like a Black Lotus.
Okay, this is closer to the okay, let me see the back. -2 times 5. Okay, but cosine. Do 5 or 6 where? 5 or 6.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How is that one not 5.38 times? Put it in the calculator.
Well, the fact that I put a question mark there, it must have meant I didn't even see your answer.
Oh.
That's fine. I can give you that point back. I just didn't see it.
Thank you.
It's like same actually as the range.
That's the what?
So you don't do it
Wait, what'd you guys get?
The front 9. Yeah.
Yeah, it's -6.
That's why.
Is that 24?
All of the day.
Well, there's only 2 of us that work
I did all the
Wait,
Yeah.
Good job, Mr. Trumbull.
No, we were playing against each other. I don't know.
What did you shoot?
Okay. I think of like obviously a lot. I don't know how much. Yeah.
well, cosine theta is 1. Cosine is 0 is sine is 0. Yeah, it's not that fun.
Gabby's here. Important later.
You said a market or something.
Yeah.
That's true, I did.
I just didn't think a star would suffice, you know?
You had to remember what the star was going to be.
Yeah, most of these I never really like mark stuff like that.
You only marked the one.
No, I put it at the top for like the whole thing.
Oh, the whole thing.
Yeah. 'Cause
I
you said
just-
like the whole like thing was important. Like all this stuff that we learned in.
Oh, well, this is the beginning, yeah. I suggested you put a star by each question on each page that you thought was the hardest,
Oh.
so that when you go back and study, you can say, "Oh, this is the one I struggled with. I better redo it. This is the one I struggled with. I better redo it."
Yeah, but you said about marking like just 24 because like the parametric stuff would be important later.
Okay.
So that was a different star than that star.
Okay. So we need different stars.
Well, I mean, you
I know
said
what
mark
you
it
mean.
with the star or something, but then it was like,
I know that's not what I meant, but it's fine. I wanted you to mark it in a way that you would remember which ones you should look back at. That's all I meant. But if you're going to look back at all of it, that's even better.
I'll just erase that star so there's no confusion. I'll just say topic is important.
Well, it's not that it's important later, it's that we're using it now.
Yeah, but you said it could like domino or something. Finally.
Yeah. If you can't take the derivative, then how are you doing the second derivative today? That's how it's dominoing.
Oh, by the way, I've been doing polar stuff this.
Yep.
I'll finally be able to understand what my sister was talking about.
Now, we don't do that much with polar,
Yeah.
but
Is that the one that makes like the flowers? That's pretty
if
cool.
you graph them. Instead of graphing y equals, you graph r equals. You have an equation for how big the radius is based on the angle.
So I just got some answers wrong on this. I didn't get stuff like too like conceptual. So I'm happy about that. Next time I'll try to get all the answers right then.
That would be good.
Yeah. I'm trying. I'm really trying to get better at this.
That's everybody, every class.
I mean, I guess. It's just, I don't know. I just kind of feel like I'm a little bit more dumb at math.
I don't know if I've done that one yet.
I got 0. For the during some period, right? I got 0. Would you forgive my ideas? That's what I got 2. Yeah, that's what I got 2. That's so okay.
Okay, so I'm cheating a little bit here. You've got a -3, right? 3 divided by -1 is -2. What's another way to take cosine over sine? Okay, what's the derivative of cosecant? Cotangent. This is negative cosecant squared. So this was -3 cotangent. Its derivative should be +3 cosecant squared. See what I'm saying? So you could get the same thing with quotient rule, but you shouldn't have to do all that to get that.
Was it meant to be like this? Or yeah.
Is it t minus 1?
No, I
just
t minus
I just making sure because I didn't know like.
Isn't t minus 2 is 0?
But also, if I put them up too early, y'all don't put a good effort in. Trying them yourself
I'm trying to
first.
I'm trying to put an effort in, but like making it specific to 6.
Is that assignment 25?
Oh yeah.
I will link them right now.
Maybe you're 2 over here. T minus 1 squared plus 1 minus 1.
You go sleep through it.
Yeah.
I don't think we do full share.
Second
But
best.
how do you use it? How do you make it through the
That's what I got. Yeah, I just didn't know if you could.
You don't have to set up like this. Leave it right here. Just yeah. But the developer this concept. Just do the critical points. It's like when this is equal to
What are 5, 6, 7?
yeah.
Actually.
Did you guys notice the lights flickering?
Oh yeah, it's cause I think a transformer blew up over there somewhere.
We talked about it in my economics class.
Yeah, but who did it? It's probably one of the people not here today.
Probably can.
I don't know, could be Addison.
Yeah.
It's like flat. It tastes like flat.
Oh yeah, it does so nice.
Oh, you're right. Oh, yeah. No, you're right. Wait, so what are the points? I think it's just from zero to one. Because if you did one times whatever t, you guys find was zero. Yeah, it's wait, and if you get everything after one is positive. Q for the function or for the so it's just 0 to 1, right? That's 0.
You try to flip it.
Yeah, but you can't do
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
That helps. I think that's why
Because you can't do that. Yeah.
But gosh, that would be so hard. I used we're talking about,
Second derivatives?
Yeah,
Okay.
golf.
Oh, y'all play golf?
A little bit.
just as a hobby.
Well, not for a career, obviously. We had a golf outing, not last weekend, but the weekend before, with going to the Masters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, do you play golf?
I like to, but it's the first time I've played in like almost 10 years, so.
Are you good?
If I play regularly, I
It's
can
such a
be
struggle.
pretty decent.
Such a
But
struggle.
once every 10 years, luckily we played scramble, we played 4 games scramble, so I hit probably 4 or 5 great shots, and then a bunch of bad shots.
Where did y'all play?
Paradise. Yeah, there's some of them that have membership there, so. Yeah. And you get membership there, only 300 a month.
Yeah, well, that's
Honestly, I wouldn't mind paying 300 a month if I could just pay for the summer months when I can play all the time. But you have to do a year at a time.
Oh, that's
So you have to pay 300 in January when you're probably not gonna play.
that's awful.
300 in February when you might play once or twice. Yeah. But they do have free driving range there. If you remember, you can go to the driving range all day for free. That's pretty nice.
Where is First City?
It's in low, but it's 100 for a whole year. For 100 a month. Okay.
Wait, what?
It's 100 for a whole year, but
And then just a driving range, or they have a course?
they have a small 100, but you have discount to all the dancing courses.
Oh, nice.
Like the least, I think if you play 9 holes, you can walk for free.
Oh, sweet.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
I have a punch card for there that I haven't used in like 10 years, so, yeah, I'm scared that I'm gonna show up someday with it and they're gonna be like, what is this? Like, they're gonna think it's counterfeit,
At
cause
the
it's so
First
old.
City?
Could
Yeah.
you give her to you like?
Do y'all know where, Neighborhood Market is on Weddington?
Yeah, the links of what?
Oh.
Yeah, but do you know where the Neighborhood Market
Yeah.
is?
Yeah.
That used to be the driving range in town for a long time.
I think we coach Irish things like
Yeah.
that.
And there used to be a batting cage over there too.
Yep.
I'll just
Johnson.
go home.
Here's 23 and 24.
Okay. I'll bring it back in just a second.
Okay.
I've been going a lot more. I just watching everybody. I really go. I can't just go. I don't just be all the time. Yeah. I'll have
Is it the
If y'all could just get a job at, like a summer job at Stonebridge or something and, you know, work in a good, teacher discount for me.
Yeah.
I would have been summer.
Yeah, at Stonebridge?
No, in the mall.
In the mall? Well, I'm not gonna go play golf in the mall.
I mean, you can go find me a good
Where do you work at in the mall?
in Chinese restaurant.
Oh, do I get free food?
No free, but like
Not free.
discount.
1%.
It's kind of like 10% off.
Is that like family owned or is it just where you got a job?
I've been used to, I've been there before.
I'm gonna plug my calculator for a second. Forget it.
Don't let you forget it. I hate to tell you, but if you forget it, I'm definitely forgetting it.
He's not doing this. I need to do
East Club. We used to practice.
I was still having a grade on 5.
What are two?
Oh, wait, it is?
What is the strongest part of your golf game?
Slicing.
Slicing?
That's a good
Driver, irons, putting, chipping.
Irons. Yeah, yeah, probably on
I got C.
Yeah, we're very inconsistent.
very.
What is the last one? Okay,
Yeah,
it's,
the
it's
answer
D.
is.
It's D. I've done everything.
By the day.
Yeah.
I think-
Today is driver, tomorrow it can be iron.
I got a 7.
Yeah.
The day after is probably chicken. It's different every day.
I think for one of our fun Fridays, we should have like a putt off in the hallway, like, you know, a cup at the end of the hallway or something trying to hit. Yeah, it would, but,
We're gonna bring out actual players.
huh?
We're gonna bring actual ball.
No, we only need one putter.
Yes.
Somebody can make a windmill or something, you know, to add some difficulty.
It's just.
I've done so many mistakes.
I get like some videos when we were on yeah, boy and somebody just like came over her house and she like go through the bag of balls. She was like she walked over she was like just fine.
So she hunts golf balls more to get to.
Well, she just like goes on walks and finds them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so, okay.
Is that the one where you cross the street? Or before you cross the street?
Yeah.
Oh, the one that where you slice it.
Dog leg, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you go for the hole or something? You can hit it over the trees and
Wait,
get
it's
to the
divided by
green.
1 plus 6.
Yeah.
You got to do that.
So it just goes through the back. It just goes.
Are you talking about the links?
Yeah.
Hole number 7?
I think that's
No, I know,
six.
and then you had to divide by
It's the
1
one where
plus
the it's like parallel.
6 is up the hill.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, 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 wait, that's not right.
Which links I talked
No,
about? The one
because
I think.
the derivative of,
The one by Slims?
Yeah, 6 is the one after the pot 3.
okay, we made so many.
That hole, that's
That was the one
I
with
like
the
that.
creek.
Yeah, you're right. It's hole 6. Yeah. Yeah, I've driven that green before.
That is,
Scary because it's parallel to the road.
and then like if you slice, it's gonna hit car
I don't
sometimes.
trust A.
It's gonna happen. Yeah, I'll put it down.
I've never bought you know the ones that Academy that they refurbished?
So I use Bible.
We're gonna finish 25 in class.
You're going to get more time next class to work on it. If I was you, I would do some of it now, though, because you guys still have 25 minutes. So
Yeah, I wasn't not gonna do anything, I was just wondering. Can I have it like
you guys can probably finish. My first period is slower. They're all tired in the morning. You ever had first period math before?
Yes, actually. I had my freshman year, I had honors geometry as my first, and then as my fifth, I had algebra 2. It was very interesting.
Is that Miss Bogart?
I had
Miss Bone?
Bone, and then I had Smith.
Same as me.
Yeah, and I had them on the same day. It was very. I managed it pretty good. I'm glad I doubled up. I thought that was nice. And they kind of like helped each other sometimes.
Algebra 2? Algebra 2 has too much stuff in it.
It really does.
It's too many random skills. I mean, you need to know all of it, but
It has a lot.
things don't really fit together very well in Algebra 2.
It just like randomly has like. It's like some like properties.
It's just a lot. I mean, it's all good stuff to know if you go on to calculus, but if you have no interest in calculus, some of it's not really necessary.
Yeah. It was kind of weird.
What did you like better, Miss Bones' class or Mr. Smith's class?
I've used more of Smith's information for like calculus and stuff. Because it's just like, you know, there's always algebra. I learned more new stuff in Bones, and that stuff helped me on like standardized testing.
Yeah.
But I think I'm more of an algebra man, honestly.
Most people are.
I don't know. It's just less boring.
Really? I like geometry. What is it? What is it? Sure. I'll look at it.
Was this a point off right here?
What is that for?
I don't know. It says this is correct. It says wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I typed it wrong or I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I typed it wrong or not.
Because you've got a trig function, you have to be in radians.
Oh. Okay.
And since that was only
Yeah. It was
good catch. Since it was only 1 point, I couldn't give you partial credit. If it's 2 points, I could have given you a point for that.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I didn't realize that.
I calculated some stuff wrong. I'm pretty sure.
You can choose one of those.
I don't know what pairwise tangent spheres are.
I don't know either.
Distance from the plane to the top.
That's all I have tomorrow.
Okay, I have no idea how to do that.
Because I have 0 hour band for battery sectionals on Thursdays. And then that just immediately like we have a few minutes in between and then we immediately go to just regular second period rehearsal. So I have to be there from like 7:15 to like 10. 10:10. So it's like practically almost a 2.5 hour rehearsal. Yeah. And I would rather not do that, especially when I have 2-3 hour rehearsals every week outside of school, outside of the rehearsals we have in school.
I feel like this one's not too bad.
The band literally takes up the time of the contract.
Yeah, from everything I heard, it sounds like it's
12 hours. in the span of 5 days.
All signs? Probably not. I don't know. I need more information on this to do it though.
That's it. That's all the information.
No, I know, but like if you can figure out this link, then you're
You don't
done.
need
I'd
to
rather do
figure
12
out that
hours
one.
of actual work that I get.
Okay, or this one.
Yeah, I can figure out this one.
Because then that's
Oh, well
like,
then what's that?
Let me see.
that's still like,
Let me see. Let me see. It's this.
Okay.
140.
Well, sine of that angle is just opposite over hypotenuse. So it's that over 6.
That over 6. Oh yeah.
SOHCAHTOA, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. H over 6 is your answer. So if you're sure that's
So
H,
it's pi over 9. 6. Yeah.
1 pi 9th, yeah.
What about this one?
It took me that long to do number 10. I don't even know how you got that as height. You did... Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I'm so confusing about
This
this.
will be my first thing, and then I'm gonna slide in this.
6 spheres of radius 100% each other corner.
I think we can really pick up in the spring, and I'm gonna see if I can do more.
6 spheres of radius 1 are centered You know, the easy thing we could do is we can just make this a daily puzzle for today, and then everybody will figure it out for us.
Okay, you're coming.
How advanced is that stuff?
Well, it's not that the math is necessarily that much harder, but like trying to figure out, I mean, they're like competition questions. So like trying to figure out what in the world you're supposed to do is the big part of it. 6 spheres of radius 1 are positioned so that their centers are at the vertices of a regular hexagon of side length 2, like your picture shows. The 6 spheres are internally tangent to a larger sphere whose center is the origin of the hexagon.
That makes sense.
Okay. An 8th sphere is externally tangent to the 6 smaller spheres and internally tangent to the larger sphere.
And like you're supposed to do this in like a few minutes.
In 3 minutes.
Yeah, but how many questions do people get right?
It depends.
Out of 10, how many would they get right? Would the winner get? 7?
No. What do you mean? Winner?
Yeah. Is this not for a math competition?
Like this is
Yeah.
like
You don't know what the...
for the net for you can like if you get like let me see like above 90 you can go to AME.
AME?
Yeah. AME. AIME. It's international. No, not national.
Oh. I have no idea. I would try to do a picture like you did there, but I don't know how you start to draw the...
There has to be a relationship of triangle.
Yeah, I know, but I can't think of it because I can't visualize that much in my head. It's hard to represent that in the 2D picture. That one's pretty easy though.
I can only do easy one.
I feel like this one's probably doable too. This is 3 square root of 2, 1.5 square root of 2. I don't know if you know this, but you didn't write it down on your thing here. Do you know this side length? Well, you know this length is 3 and this length is 3, right?
Yeah.
So it's a 45, 45, 90 triangle.
No, it's not.
Why?
Because they didn't tell you, and you can prove it. That doesn't mean anything.
Is this a triangle
My,
with two congruent sides?
that's not a right triangle, by the way.
Oh.
Okay.
Let me draw a picture and then I'll play with it. Let me grade this. Three.
Philosophy is easier than it's like the same as whole one that's philosophy. Yeah, it's like Vincent.
Are you in CSA?
What is that?
Like interview questions for like interview questions for
He's studying for today's daily puzzle. Okay, I'll play with this one in a minute. I'll see if I can figure that one out. To be fair, this is not the stuff that we teach in geometry. But
I'm joking. I actually do have computer science. Personally, I'm going to yeah, probably selling myself to the government or something.
Oh yeah, I think
Your regular tennis. You mean a hacker? Like the next NWAC database. No, don't.
But it credits to Diego Pardue for IDFS data breach.
You said NWAC? Please don't. I'm taking Comp 2 next semester.
Right now.
How did you even?
Because I'm taking concurrent principles of biology next semester.
Thank you.
I want to be a bio major, so you know.
Oh, well then it'll be good for you. Yeah. Personally, I'm not a fan of bio, so I'm looking at like.
I did not like 9th grade bio, so I never picked anything.
I really like biology.
Very happy. 1290 and 715.
Probably, there's probably, is there bio in organic? I mean, bio is organic, but no, I guess it's more systems. But like, organic chem is probably more simple in that sense, I guess. It's probably just literally just carbon based.
I can't explain all the way.
Silicon-based life.
It's a science fiction.
Wouldn't that just be like an It'd be like data.
We haven't ever found it.
okay, I'm gonna switch the screen to today's puzzle because we've got about 11 minutes. But if you did not finish and turn in 2324, your last chance will be at the start of next class. This is a B week, so I don't see you again until Monday. So if you have some homework to do there, you should definitely write it down. You're probably not going to remember it after that long.
A lot of crystals are also just have like some.
You do not have to have assignment 25 finished.
That wouldn't mean it would be carbon based. We're mostly carbon.
I will give you more time to finish 25. Okay, y'all did this one already?
Yes. Yes.
You did this one too?
Yeah. ACT risk.
Maybe Saturday or Sunday morning.
Okay. Oh, okay. We're shaking the format sixer in right now.
I mean,
Thank you.
What is it? Like it has the same shape, like the end result is the
Yeah.
same shape?
Yes.
Is it like two motions?
Two matchsticks get to move.
I hate these kind of puzzles. I'm not very good at them, which is probably why I don't like them. But
I'm not very good at these kinds of puzzles, so I'm not very creative.
So what's the CD side? Yeah. This you.
I can maybe do that.
What's that? Yeah, no, that was.
I finished my college essay today.
Was this not
It sucks.
You got 28?
Basically, probably have to rewrite it.
What do you say?
It's 2 pages.
Cool. Really? I'm just gonna do this. Wait, what was the one for that one?
Still working on it?
We could just move those two outside. Wait, no. Oh, I get it. Okay.
I just had to stare at it. God is
Wait, did you guys start learning this?
What did you do then?
I put it in my password.
Somebody figured it out. Want to share with us?
Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah,
One that like this because I didn't put it in radio.
I see that.
slide it over. That one.
My mom's on the green one. Whenever I put it on.
That makes sense. Yeah, I get that.
You move the middle of the cup so that it lines up with the handle, and then you move the one that isn't connected anymore to the spot. It would be
That works. I think that's the only way to do it, though, isn't it? To move that middle piece.
You could
Or you just
also
take the
do the
coin.
other way.
Yeah, you could go if as long as you move the middle piece so that it's one of the edges of it is
Yeah.
connected to the what used to be the handle, then you move